Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis of oil. This is West Texas oil and natural gas. I'll give you my opinion. I'll show you what the charts are reading. We had that bounced up, and then the sellers came in and hit it again. Smacked us on the head, and I'll show you exactly what happened, what I was seeing in the charts here, and what's going on. We're going to look at some individual companies as well to get a good wide array of the entire sector. Again, this is just my financial opinion. Please don't use it as advice. And here we go. This is West Texas oil. I'm just going to back out a hair here. So we're in this sharp downtrend line, and sometimes this momentum needs a little bit of time to work its way out. A lot of fear in this market, guys. There's a lot of fear. And when I zoom in on the chart here, this is the 3-month, this is what it looks like. And this is what's kind of stopping down here on the right-hand side. This is a 1-hour chart. Going into a 1-month, this is 30-minute chart. So we've got the downtrend line. We broke the downtrend line, we pulled back, we came back up, and we're chopping sideways here. We're trying to square up this big, huge momentum move here. We're trying to kind of chop sideways. And we go on a 5-day. And here we are chopping sideways, coming back to this support line. This is a 5-minute chart. So yesterday we came down, the momentum came back up, it closed right there, it closed here. We opened up and we started the momentum. The momentum was continuing to the upside, and then throughout the day it closed quite strong here. So it had a reversal almost in this day. It is very choppy, back and forth price action. Looking at natural gas. Natural gas, we're still kind of at this support line that I drew in there from before. This is the big picture view. We're coming back and doing a retest. On the 1-day, you can see that we're contracting in the day. The opening and closing price is contracting down here. I'll zoom in here. See this day right here? It's a very small opening and closing price, and we're trying to slow this momentum down on a daily candlestick basis. Going in and zooming in, you can see we're right at the support line. Zoom in even more. That's where we're at right there. Let's zoom into a 5-day. We're at the 5-day mark. We're looking at 5-minute candlesticks here. We came on down and we're starting to find support. We're trying to move sideways and basically reduce this downward momentum to a sideways move, and then eventually to an upward move. So I do think that we're working off the downward momentum right now. If I were to throw some lines in here, you know, maybe something on the lines of that and something on the lines of basically this support line down here. We're kind of moving across, trying to dissipate this momentum from before. SM Energy. Here's SM. I'm zoomed way in on it. There's SM. If I were to grab these guys here, it looks something like this. And this pattern is still there. Now, we have to break to the upside of this pattern, not the downside. And this could break to the downside with all this fear out there. There's a lot of fear. But what I like about it is we did come down, and then the buyers bought it right back up. So I do think there's buyers underneath here. We did finish the day with a couple of buying pressure moves to the upside, but we're right at this resistance line. We're squeezing up to the end of this pattern here, going to a 5-day. You can see us kind of squeezing up. We tried breaking out, came back. We're squeezing up in this pattern, and I think we'll have an eventual break soon. So that's SM Energy. I'm seeing a very, very positive development here, zoomed way in. So here's this is a 30-minute chart, 1 month. Yeah, it's coming on down. We're going to zoom in over here. We have a nice good wick at the bottom here. Came up, sold off a little bit again. I think we're finding a good support area right where it's at. If we go to a 5-day, this is a 5-minute line. I'm going to throw some stuff in here. What I see here is this is exactly what you want to see for a potential move higher. We came to a point, it broke to the upside, pull back, and now we just got to get this momentum to turn. This is at the 5-minute chart level, 5-minute candlestick chart level. This is over the last couple of days. But again, these things change quite rapidly on the very short term. This could be a very small move. The projected move is the size of this roughly. Whoops. So when you guys are day trading, it's your risk rewards are far different than that. But that's 584 is the projected move for this pattern here, this little guy, where we could break and move on up. But I'm just saying the momentum's to the upside on the very short-term basis. We've got nice, good buying pressure here and smaller selling pressure. It's trying to find a bottom somewhere in this range, hopefully. But there is a lot of momentum to the downside behind this. We have to work that momentum off, and we'll probably see some sideways movement for a little while. Here is Callon Petroleum, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to extend this kind of this way, and I'm going to draw it more like this. And then I'm going to take a bigger picture view, and you guys can see kind of how I'm viewing this now. You can kind of see it like that, these patterns that come in. And hopefully we can break to the upside here at any second. It tried breaking down here, and it got bought back up into this pattern. So it looks like we've got a descending wedge pattern that's developing on a 1-hour candlestick basis. I see a bullish engulfing right at the end of this pattern there. There it is right there again. So we could see a move higher here if we can break out of this pattern here. Let me see if I can do something like this, something like that. Hopefully we can break out of this thing to the upside. Get some luck for once here. So this guy, Reconnaissance Energy Africa, this one's an exploration company. It's a lot more risk here. Looking at it, it's kind of just leaking off a little bit of sellers. And this, what I would say is, we had big buying pressure back here. It's leaking off sellers. We may come all the way back down, and then hopefully they release some news, and boom, takes off. Northern Oil and Gas. This is a reversal candlestick here, bullish piercing pattern. Came on up. And remember, this is a 30-minute. The more refined you get in here, the shorter the duration of the upside move will be. You're basically going into like almost day trading at that point. Zooming on out, bullish piercing pattern there, and we got kind of a bearish pattern there. It's fighting. It's trying to find an equilibrium between the buyers and the sellers. MCF, a little bit of a sell-off today. Let's zoom in on the 1 month. The downtrend line's still broken. We're still trying to find a support here where we turn and move on up. That's a bullish engulfing there. Hopefully we can find it soon. Crescent Point Energy. Man, this thing's flailing all over the place. It's all over the place here. I don't really see any patterns right here. It's almost like this is the big move lower. Now we're just going sideways, chopping. And it looks like we're putting in a big old shoulder pattern here of a reverse shoulder, head, shoulder, and hopefully an eventual massive move to the upside. That move, if you were to make a kind of a price target projection, and when I move it up, it's going to get some log shrinkage here. $9. So maybe $9 with this reverse inverted head and shoulders. GTE, Grand Tierra, zooming in a little bit of buying and selling today. That's for sure. Looks like it was pretty volatile. But we're upside. We're on the right side of the pattern. This pattern exists here, so it looks like we could try to move on up. Tellurian looks like it's trying to find. Looks like the lows are stopping to go lower. If this is a higher low, maybe we can reverse it here. Again, there's a lot of fear in this market, though, and in the short term, anything can push these things anywhere. On the long term, though, what we look for are solid patterns. There's not a huge solid pattern here for Tellurian, but CRK's got a solid pattern right here. This one, you break this to the downside, it back tested and got absolutely just manhandled there. But zooming on in, we're down in no man's land, broken out. We're coming on back. We could do a retest here and then move on up. I'm going to delete this out because that's not really a valid pattern. We could come back and do a little bit of a retest. Do some retesting. Big bullish engulfing here. That's good. Right there, this pattern right there. Right there's a bullish engulfing. Engulfs the one before it, coming on up. Now we got a big bearish engulfing of all these candlesticks before it. So we could see some downside pressure, but these things go back and forth quite dramatically on the short term. I don't like doing the short term stuff too much. I like looking at it from this kind of perspective. But we still could come back and test the $7-ish range. SD, bearish engulfing. We could still see some more downside here. Be patient. There's not too much resistance all the way down till about 650. This could go down quite a bit. Very well could. And it's heading lower. It's still in a downtrend. Tetra Technologies. I'm going to move this kind of up here because you got a bunch of hits through there. You can see how we're moving these trend lines. Still in a downtrend. Just wait for a break. I wouldn't be trying to be a hero here. And Transocean broke to the downside here. Again, don't be a hero, guys. Let this stuff kind of dissipate. It's going to probably have a little bit more downside in it. And Helix Energy Solutions. Zoom in on it. A little bit of a bearish cloud cover, so to speak. Still in this downtrend line going. I would wait. Wait for a clear break. For a move to the upside. We do not see that move yet. So that's what I have for oil, natural gas. Still looking like a little bit of weakness is out there for a lot of these companies. Be patient here. Oil doesn't look horrible. I still think we could get a move higher, but the next trading date is really going to tell us which way this thing's going to go. We broke the downtrend line. We were going sideways. Everything was looking good. And then midday, it just boom off after they released some, what's that, jobs report, I think, today and whatnot. A lot of fear out there. And we got to let this kind of just dissipate now. I did add a little bit in, not today, but was it yesterday or whatever? It is CDEV and SM. If I see more strength, maybe I'll add a little bit more in. I don't have that much money left for adding in, so I'm going to have to wait a little bit to get paid again. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best, but expecting the worst, so to speak. I'm not selling anything, guys. I'm just holding on. I do think that this is not, well, maybe I'll do another clip on just kind of the fear in the market. Talk to you guys kind of about everything and go over a bunch of different patterns here or charts and just kind of give you my opinion. Maybe I'll do that here. Thanks, guys. Give me a thumbs up. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is Finding Value.